Welcome to the Cutting Edge News. Want an update on the Mount Edgecombe Aquatic Center? Here's some information from Stephanie Cruz, the project engineer.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Cruz. I'm the project engineer for the Mount Edgecombe High School Aquatic Center. And that means that I am the state's representative, the owner's representative for the project. It's my job to be here on site, both in my office and out here on the construction site, inspecting and verifying that the project is coming together the way that it's supposed to. Well, in high school I was particularly interested in math and science. I had a math teacher that was a mechanical engineer before she became a teacher, who was particularly inspiring to me. And I went to university at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, and I studied civil engineering. So blasting here is a little bit tricky because we're very close to the school, the hospital, the airport, and the area where float planes land and take off. So there's a lot going on in and around here, as well as close proximity to the roadway. The construction contract, which is the value of the contract with the general contractor, is $18.5 million. And then the allocation from our legislature for this project is $26.9 million. And it seems like that's a very big difference, but the difference between those two includes the cost for the design work. It includes the cost of all of the project administration on the state side, inspections from the city, special inspections to make sure we're meeting building code, like I said, contingency amounts. So a little bit of miscellaneous odds and ends is what makes up the difference between those two numbers. The plan for the project is to be done in fall of 2017. We have a goal of having the building open when school starts, but because the project is not fully under contract yet, that date is tentative. So if you ask me again in about 2 months, I can give you a more concrete day.
Hi, I'm Galen Gallagher. Caitlin Painter and I covered the wrestling lock-in. Here it is. On October 8th, our MEHS wrestling team held the annual lock-in. Our varsity team showed the newbies what a match would have looked like. From warm-ups to matches, we had a fun night.
Hello, my name is Arnett Shavings and I interviewed our new superintendent, Ms. Vinaz.
Good morning, Ms. Vinaz. Can you tell us a little bit how you got to Alaska and eventually to Mount Edgecombe High School?
Absolutely. So I'm originally from Minnesota, and I spent some time teaching in Wisconsin as well, and traveled up and moved to Fairbanks for a few years, about 23 years ago. And then I moved to Bethel, Alaska, and I spent 20 years working with the Lower Kuskokwim School District in Bethel before moving out here to Mount Edgecombe.
In your mind, what makes Mount Edgecombe High School so special?
Right. What makes it so special is it gives those opportunities to kids from all over the state that they wouldn't otherwise have. The opportunities for a full high school curriculum, but more than that, the opportunities to come together, live together, learn about each other, explore some events and explore some experiences they've never had before, and really develop leadership so that we as a state are getting leaders from all over Alaska.
Do you have a message you'd like to share with the Mount Edgecombe High School parents?
Absolutely. If I were going to talk directly to parents, the first thing I would say is thank you. Thank you for sending your child to us and trusting us with your child. I really see this as a partnership, and that can be very, very difficult with the kind of distance we have here. We want to be a partner with parents. We understand it's a really important part of a child's life, and we appreciate parents taking us into their family.
What goals do you have for our school?
Right. There's a couple of things that I want to work on right as we have a goal to increase our communication. So I'm hoping to explore more and more social media and different digital ways that we can bridge that communication gap and have more frequent communication with parents, Another thing that's also tied to technology is, education and technology are moving together so fast. I really want to explore more ways that we can get technology in the hands of our students for today's work world, but also to explore everything that you can through technology these days.
Can you tell us about a challenge you had to encounter at Mount Edgecombe High School?
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, schools are all about education, but they have a business side too. And I think the challenge that's ahead of us is really financial as well. And that is, we know that the state is really in a financial pickle. So that's going to be the challenges ahead of us, is making sure that we can secure the funding to keep Mount Edgecombe going on.
What is your vision for the future of Mount Edgecombe High School?
Right. Mount Edgecombe has such an important legacy, that's really important. But Mount Edgecombe isn't just about looking backwards. And I think the vision for Mount Edgecombe is that it plays an incredible role in that. I think there's got to be a lot of options for students in our state in order for everybody to have that access. And Mount Edgecombe provides that place where kids can come together from around the state, explore themselves, both academically and socially. My vision for Mount Edgecombe is to make sure every kid in Alaska has access to quality education.
Go.
Thank you, Ms. Vanaz.
Thank you, Arnett. It was a pleasure.
Hello, I'm Alessandra Lake and I'm reporting on world events here on the Cutting Edge News. Hurricane Matthew was an extremely powerful, long-lived, and deadly tropical cyclone which became the first Category 5 Atlantic hurricane since Hurricane Felix in 2007. The total number of fatalities were 1,027 deaths. The affected areas include Florida, Georgia, and the Carolinas here in the U.S., but also several locations in the Caribbean. Cuba, Jamaica, the Dominican Republic, and Haiti have all suffered incredible loss. Hundreds are left homeless and hungry, now living in relief shelters. The eye of the storm crossed the southernmost tip of the peninsula and through the city of Jeremy. 1 million people are affected. There are reports that at least 80% of the homes are destroyed. They predict more bodies will appear as the waters recede. The UN says the biggest challenge will be returning clean water and sanitation. The U.S. Navy is responding. They've deployed 9 helicopters to lift supplies in the relief effort. Our thoughts here on campus are with the victims and families affected by Hurricane Matthew.
This tragedy highlights the need for global awareness and international cooperation in our rapidly changing world. As politicians and policymakers debate potential responses to climate change, the deadly impacts from increasingly severe weather events around the world are undeniable. Climate change is just one critical issue with the power to activate our common humanity for the better. MEHS, be the change.